going to be making my daily smoothie. People are always requesting this recipe. It's in my Chef Julia 21-Day Challenge ebook. It's on page 26, and it's also, there are versions of it on my website, but I've kind of changed it up over the years, and this is my simplest version because I wrote the 21-Day Challenge ebook for following the Daily Dozen, which is from How Not to Die, the book by Dr. Michael Greger. And those of you who follow me know that I follow the Daily Dozen and eat the various things listed in the Daily Dozen every day. It's more than a dozen things, but it's a dozen categories. And a lot of the categories have things like fruits and some nuts and seeds and some different ingredients that to me are hard to just eat. So I developed my smoothie merely as a way to get in some of these other things. Not because I wanted to drink all of my fruit for the day, but I wanted to be sure to get in things like flaxseed, hemp seed, chia seed, all the things on my tray. If you look at my tray over here, it has all of these different things that are in powder form, amla powder, matcha powder. And these are not things that taste good to me. They're, some people like to sprinkle them on their food, but I found that to be not very appetizing to me. Some of you like that, and great. You don't need the smoothie then. You can just eat a bowl of oatmeal and cover it with all these different powders and seeds. And I've seen people make bowls of stuff that is covered with all kinds of ingredients that, to me, I couldn't choke that down for all the money in the world. But if you can do that, more power to you. So when I make my smoothie, I'm going to make it for you just like I make it for myself every single day of the week. I always use organic soy milk that I buy from the local grocery store called Central Market in Texas. Some of you like to make your own almond milk, nut milk from some kind of nut milk machine, and that's great. You could use any kind of liquid. You could even use water. You don't even have to use milk. Pour that in only 1 cup because I don't want to drink a lot of plant milk. I don't need a lot of it. And I have my blender marked with a black Sharpie at 8 ounces, so I don't have to measure it. I just pour it into that line, and that saves me time in the morning. And then I put in about 5 ice cubes, so they're starting to melt. And then half a cup of blueberries. So to speed things up, I use frozen blueberries. I keep the measuring cup in the bag in the freezer, just like that, sealed in the bag. That way, when I grab my bag of blueberries out of the freezer, it's already got the measuring cup in it. Remember, I do this every day, so I don't want to spend a lot of time digging around for stuff. And then I throw in 2 dates that I've taken the pit out of. These are medjool dates. You can get this type. The fresh medjool dates, just remember, most of the time they have the pits inside. You don't want to grind up the pits because it will be horrible. If you don't want to use dates, you can always use date syrup. Date Lady has a really good date syrup. A couple tablespoons of that is the same as a couple dates. And I ordered a bunch of dates from the date people in California. And they sent me, I have a freezer full of dates that were real fresh from California. So the date people has a website, and you can order from them a couple times a year. They're really hard to get things from because they do it all by phone orders. They're not very friendly with the website. Okay, and then I use half of a banana. And I always have banana halves in my freezer. I just break it in half and throw half in. Why do I do that? Because I'm trying not to drink a lot of my fruit. I'm using the minimum amount of fruit in here because I think it's better to eat the fruit for the fiber and, just to have the experience of chewing the fruit. So I just want to use as little fruit as possible. I think a lot of people have had smoothies have a bad reputation because people stick, too much fruit in there, and they're drinking all this sugary fruit in liquid form, and they don't lose any weight. And they say, well, I'm not losing any weight. And when I find out what's in their smoothie, it has 1,000 calories worth of fruit. But then I start putting spoonfuls of all these different ingredients. So I put a tablespoon of ground flaxseed. I keep a jar on my tray with all the smoothie ingredients right here on my counter by my blender. So my blender is kept behind me on the counter, next to this tray of ingredients. And so one of the ingredients is ground flax meal. And so all I do is I pour it into the tablespoon. So I don't even have to dirty up anything else. And these containers are from Container Store. They hold 4 cups and they have a little spout where you can just pour things out. So again, I don't have to open a bunch of stuff. And the ground flaxseed is just your common everyday variety. This is from Walmart. You're supposed to keep it in the refrigerator. So you can keep your container of flax seed in the refrigerator. There's a refrigerator right under my smoothie area that I can keep it in. A tablespoon of chia seeds. And the properties of all these different things, flax seeds are very high in fiber, antioxidants. A tablespoon of chia seeds. I have some airplanes going by today. If you're hearing that noise. Chia seeds are really, really, really good. I was writing down all the, the properties of the different ingredients, and chia seeds are high in protein and fiber. So if you use 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, you get 9.8 grams of fiber and 8.7 grams of fat. So I only use 1 tablespoon because I don't really want to have that much fat. Hemp seeds, hemp seeds are another source of protein. If we look at the container of hemp seeds, help if this was open. I just used a tablespoon of hemp seeds. So if we look at the container of hemp hearts, shelled hemp seeds, we could see that 3 tablespoons has, 10 grams of protein. So that's 3 grams of protein in my 1 tablespoon. It also has kind of some fat, 15 grams of fat. So I don't want 15 grams of fat from hemp heart, so I only use 1 tablespoon. In my recipe, I say a tablespoon of walnuts. I've been adding a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds instead of walnuts because I use the walnuts on my smoothies. And pumpkin seeds and nuts, they're really another good source of plant protein. And I'm trying to think what I had written for walnuts. I think we all know that walnuts are good for, well, I can't remember, but eat your walnuts. And then some of the other ingredients, amla powder. And amla is one of those things, it's made from gooseberries, dried gooseberries. And that's the highest antioxidant food on earth. So we're only going to use 1 teaspoon of amla powder. So I know this is a tablespoon measure, but there's 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. So I just measure out a third of this. And amla I buy from Amazon in these packets. And it has, it doesn't have any protein or anything in it, any fat, but it is the gooseberry, which has vitamin C. So use your amla powder. And the same thing with the matcha powder. So the matcha powder is from, matcha green tea. It's super high in antioxidants. And I only use about a teaspoon of that. It's very strong. So if you put a lot of matcha tea in your smoothie, it's going to turn like a gray color. So you kind of don't want to put too much in there. Let's see if I've used everything. Oh, and I put in a tablespoon of goji berries. And goji berries are also one of those things that one of the highest antioxidant dried fruits, 5 times more antioxidants than raisins. So I put a tablespoon of these dried goji berries in here. And I get those, I order those. You can find them in a health food store, but I get those in Amazon too. I think there's a little video clip of all my ingredients if you want to know what they look like. So far I've got the goji berries, the amla, the matcha tea, the flaxseed, pumpkin seeds, hemp seeds, and chia seeds. And then we have to add our spices. So Dr. Greger talks about turmeric is really another high antioxidant, highest antioxidant and omega-3 levels, but we only need 1/4 of a teaspoon. So how do I measure that? Since I can't really use my big tablespoon, I can use a measuring spoon like that to get my 1/4 of a teaspoon. But what I really do is I just measure out a little bit in my hand. I know what 1/4 of a teaspoon looks like. And the same with ginger. So with the ginger, it's a half a teaspoon. So I don't use a spoon, but you can use a half a teaspoon. If you don't know what half a teaspoon looks like, I just guess and put it in my hand, and that's enough. You don't want to put too much ginger in. But, you know, ginger is another one of those spices that is highly recommended. Have some ginger every single day. So that's it. Those are all the things. Oh, and a little black pepper, because black pepper is good for making the turmeric available, bioavailable is what it's called, that it increases the ability of the turmeric to do its work. So that's all. We have all these ingredients in our blender, and you see how colorful it is before we blend it up. You know, all these colors and ingredients that are good for us, but it's all going to be reduced to one easy to drink. So I start out on my Vitamix blender. I always started out on a lower speed to get it going, and then I put it on a high speed to really get everything blended together. Now I'm going to put it on high. I like the tool that comes with the Vitamix blender, because you can kind of scrape the sides down as you're going. That's what it's useful for, and mixing it up if it starts to get stuck. You don't really have to use that. And then all we have to do now is pour it out. And if your smoothie's really thick, I can tell this one's not really thick because our ice cubes were already starting to melt. But I just pour it in. This is a 20-ounce glass. So even though it was just that 1 8-ounce cup of milk, it made only this 1 20-ounce glass, which is all I want. I don't want to drink, you know, a quart or 2 quarts. Some people have smoothies that are 64 ounces, and this is a handy Vitamix tool to get stuff out. You can use that type, or there's another one I have over here. If your smoothie is hard to get out, you can use these tools. But I don't want more than this 20-ounce glass because, like I said, I'm trying not to drink my calories. Then we need a straw. I keep my straws in a glass. Plastic ones. If you don't want to use plastic, I also use these metal straws that have washable silicone tops. So we can use that, and then easy to wash. Get yourself a straw cleaner. And that comes with the straws. Like I bought a whole kit of metal straws. They have their own cleaners and silicone tips that are washable. So those are really handy to use. And there you go. This is the Daily Smoothie. I love it. The thing about it is not super sweet because it's sweetened naturally with dates, but all the fruit, the little bit of banana, blueberries, and the nice pumpkin seeds give it really good flavor. So I hope you make this smoothie. And this is all part of the bundle, the Ultimate Weight Loss Bundle that was released on February the 21st. And part of the bundle is my ebook. That was one of my contributions, this ebook, the 21-Day Challenge, and the Zoom class, the 21-Day, How to Prepare for the 21-Day Challenge. And so if you purchase the bundle, and I'll put the link in the show notes, you get that, you get my contribution, which is worth $40 already, and you get the contributions of all these other people that are part of the bundle, which we figured out totaled over $4,000. For the price of the bundle is $40. So I hope you take advantage of that and purchase the bundle, because I do think that you can get everything that you could get from me, plus all these other things delivered to you electronically. And there's some really outstanding products in this bundle. I've looked at them all, and they're really great. So I hope you get that, and hope you drink your smoothie. Follow the 21-Day Challenge. I have a support group called Chef Julia Support Group on Facebook, where anyone can join. It's free to take the 21-Day Challenge, to eat the daily dozen for 21 days and see what happens. And for me, I was able to lose my weight, get my cholesterol reduced, blood pressure under control, and all kinds of great things happened to me as a result of taking the 21-day challenge. So thanks for watching my video, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.